welcome back to the Keto Crafter. My name is Lori and I have been following a keto carnivore lifestyle since November of 2019, and I have lost between 115 and 120 pounds. Right now my weight is fluctuating due to some inflammation. Until recently, my hidradenitis suppurativa was in remission, so was my fibromyalgia. Unfortunately, due to some poor food choices while on vacation in April, combined with triggers that I personally believe are from the second COVID shot. I got the Moderna shot back in June. And so I have been dealing with inflammation, a relapse, severe recurrence of stage 3 hidradenitis in my right axilla or armpit region. This is something that I have lived with for over 20 years. I have a video about my HS journey and health issues if you want to go back and watch that. I am making this video now because I'm actually having surgery Thursday, July 15th. It's a wide excision surgery under the right arm, which means that my surgeon is going to go in and basically cut away the inflamed diseased tissue that is causing the issues, and we'll be leaving the incision open so that it can heal from the inside out. Now, this means that I will have a very long healing process. If I'm going by my last surgery, which was my left arm and breast region, it took between 9 and 11 months for me to fully heal. That means the incision closing. I dealt with infections along the way and had to have IV antibiotics, so it took a little bit longer. However, back then I was not following a ketogenic carnivore lifestyle. I was eating the standard American diet. So I am hoping that since this time I will be eating primarily carnivore, I am hoping that this will speed up the healing process, hopefully help with the nutritional issues, and I hope this means that I will not be dealing with the infections that I am more susceptible to, considering my history. This will be technically my fourth HS related surgery. My first surgery was a breast reduction that was medically necessary to remove HS diseased tissue from both breasts. I had 7 pounds removed bilaterally. Unfortunately, this was a botched surgery. Again, I talk a lot about this in the previous HS video that I've done about a month ago. And I had that done back in 2007, and I never really healed from it. I had, my incisions were constantly coming, ripping back open. I have problems with weak skin in these areas, and the skin just rips, which is extremely painful. I'm optimistic because I know that the surgeon that is doing this surgery is the one that did my last surgery. He is also a wound care specialist. He is very knowledgeable in wound care and general surgery. I personally trust him with my life, and I can't say that about a lot of doctors that I have seen over the past 25 years. We talked about I told him that how I had changed my diet and what I was eating, and he felt that I am on the right track, considering that I was able to put my HS and fibromyalgia into remission for as long as I did. He is very supportive. He's very compassionate. He is in Dothan, Alabama. He is not an HS specific surgeon or physician specialist. However, if you are in the Southeast, I would highly recommend him. His name is Dr. J. Douglas Duke II. And I will leave a link to his website down below for anyone that has HS or an open wound that you're having problems getting to heal. If you can at all, go and see him. He will change your life. He will help you to heal. He's very knowledgeable. His staff is amazing. Technically the nurse that's in his office is his surgical nurse, and she actually probably helped out in my last surgery. I just personally don't remember because I was knocked out. But I cannot recommend him enough. He has a new clinic where he is doing what he wants to do. He is all about healing the patient. If you are a sufferer of diabetes and you have an open wound and have been told that you possibly may lose your limb, see him. I mean, at any way that you possibly can, try to get a referral to see him, because he is all about saving limbs. He's very anti-amputation. If he can prevent amputating, then he would like to save your limb and save your life ultimately. Not a whole lot else going on with me otherwise. What started this is I was in a lot of pain. I finally reached out to my primary, asked for a referral to go see Dr. Duke again. I saw Dr. Duke yesterday. He took one look at my arm and said, "Nope, we need to get this fixed as soon as possible." And I told him, and he said, "When do you want it done?" I said, "Well, you can do it today." And he said, "Well, I can't." He said, "I do surgery on Thursday, so next Thursday." And also he is doing different types of cultures. And I wasn't aware of this, but he is, normally when they do a wound culture, it's for bacterial growth. However, he is doing a DNA culture, because bacteria, because it is a living thing, has different DNA just like we as humans do. By doing a DNA culture, he can see which most likely there is, if there is infection present, there's usually multiple types of bacterial growth, and that will help find a more suitable antibiotic to put me on. And I will have to have antibiotics before, during, after surgery, simply to make sure that it does not reactivate my MRSA, and also to make sure that I don't come down with the Pseudomonas infection again, because that one can be quite serious. What I have been doing as far as eating wise this past week, and it's spread throughout my weekend as well, every morning I have been having a keto chow shake. And I have been preparing this the old way, not necessarily the high protein way where I use raw eggs and not butter. I have been preparing it with butter simply because, and I don't necessarily like to call it a weight stall, but my weight has been fluctuating between 215 and 222. And even though I'm not very concerned about my numbers on a scale right now, I'm more concerned with optimizing my health, getting my HS and my fibromyalgia back into remission. But I would like to keep on consistently losing weight. That has sort of just fluctuated. And I am doing mostly protein. I'm eating meat-based meals mostly. I did have some onions and peppers the other night, and I have had some dairy like cheese and butter. But I have been fixing my shakes with 2 tablespoons of butter and 16 ounces of hot tap water and a scoop of keto chow. Shake them up, well, I blend them, and then I put them in the refrigerator overnight at least. I've been making up about 4 days worth in advance. And I've been drinking those for breakfast. For lunch, I usually have meat, and for dinner, I have meat. And I have been trying to stay away from any type of keto desserts like the keto bars or the perfect keto cookies or the Birch Benders brownie cups. I'm trying to stay away from that. I'm also not eating the keto ice cream like the Enlightened or the Rebel ice cream. Trying to clean up my diet a little bit, trying to stave off the sweets. And I have increased my coffee intake because it helps me stay away from the sweets. Maybe not the best thing, but it's a comfort thing for me. Coffee comforts me. And seeing how that is cleaner than, say, a keto bar with extra carbs and almond flour and such that can cause inflammation, yeah, coffee wins. And coffee can cause inflammation too, so pick your poison, I guess. That's what I'm doing. However, even with the amount of pain that I have experienced this past week, and it has been severe, on a scale of 1 to 10, I will say that it has stayed between the 8 to 10 range. Fortunately, Dr. Duke prescribed me a little bit of a stronger pain medication to get me through until Thursday, and then even some to take after the surgery. And then I will also be having home health care to come out and help dress the wound to make sure that I'm not developing an infection in between times of seeing him, because when I get an infection, my body is sneaky, and I will develop an infection, and it will be fast growing. It will make me very ill in between times of seeing him, because after surgery, I generally see him, usually the first 2 weeks, it's maybe twice a week, and then it goes down to once a week, and then once every 2 weeks, and then maybe once a month. It just sort of depends. And home health care helps bridge the gap to make sure to watch me for signs of infection, things that I can't see. I'm very good about, watching myself for infection, like fever, rash, general feeling of just being lethargic, feeling sick. That's generally a sign of infection, and I like to try to get on top of it, because then the sooner I get the antibiotic in, the better I am to try to get over the infection, because infection in anyone with an open wound or anyone with an autoinflammatory autoimmune disease can be quite serious. Can cause liver damage, kidney damage, and we don't want that. Nope, not at all. So there's that. So like I said, I'm very curious to see how quickly I can heal. Judging from last time on the standard American diet, it took between 9 and 11 months, respectively, because I had 2 incisions instead of just 1. This incision, I don't know if it's going to be worse or better. It really depends on what he finds when he gets in there, because right now, I had thought that I had like between 7 and 12 like little abscesses, in addition with the large abscess underneath my right arm, and I think he thinks that it's more along the lines of one big abscess, and it's kind of like webbing, which I have some skin tissue that is webbing across the top of it, which is probably the reason why it's so painful. I am using a product that is similar to Silversil wound dressing. I'm going to leave a link down below for any of my HS viewers that deal with wounds. This is a very good wound dressing that I have been using over the past few years. It helps a lot because it's antimicrobial. It's a silver dressing. And then I also will be using a collagen dressing that will be put on to help fill in the wound, because he is going to have to go down go down about 1/2 inch and scrape all that diseased tissue out and cut it away. Sorry if that's gross, but that's what's going to happen. And it's actually quite interesting the way they were able to do that. The human body is miraculous because we can regenerate that tissue provided that we are giving our body the proper nutrition, which you cannot do on the standard American diet. I don't care who you are, you cannot do it on a vegan diet at all. You have to have the building blocks and the nutrition from meat in order to do this. This is not just my opinion. This is factual research that I have read recently over the past couple of months. Just all the research points to zero, as close to zero carb as possible, and meat-based is the way to go for ultimate management for this disease and so many others. And it's something that I cannot recommend enough, that you do your own research, be your own advocate, learn as much as possible. Not too long ago, I had posted on my Instagram that I was going to be doing a giveaway. Now, I am going to be doing a giveaway. However, unfortunately, I'm going to have to postpone that. I wanted to do a giveaway because I had passed 100 subscribers not long ago. So I wanted to kind of give back. I wanted to create sort of like just a small package of various objects, various items to give away. And I will do that. Unfortunately, I'm not going to be able to do that right now because I don't know what my recovery is going to be like. I don't know what it's going to involve. And basically, I am going to be homebound, and my only outlet is going to be going to the doctor for a while. And that is simply because I will be more, even though I am fully vaccinated against COVID, I have to be very careful because I will be more susceptible to infection, so I cannot go out for a while. Got to keep my immune system in the safest shape that I possibly can. So it can be kind of difficult to get the items that I'm sort of thinking about, and also, not to mention, but packaging it up and getting it shipped. So if you'll bear with me, maybe it'll be even a better giveaway, who knows. But I do appreciate your support, and I appreciate you watching my videos, and I appreciate the friendships that I've made. I cannot thank you enough, so thank you, because you add to my life, and I hope that my crazy ramblings add to yours. Whether it's educating you on illnesses that are not talked about very often, or from stuff that I've learned that I'm trying to pass on. I have not been doing much cooking lately because my right arm is pretty much out of commission, and it's going to be for a while. I'm trying to do as much as I possibly can until it causes me the point of the pain being unbearable, and then I have to just say no. So I haven't really been cooking, so there's no new recipes going to be released for a while, so I won't be doing cooking videos, and I don't even know if I'm going to be doing these rambling videos for a while. I'm just gonna have to go by how I feel. But if I feel like it, I will continue to do those over the next few months. They may just be once a week, like they pretty much are now. But I like to keep in contact with people. And I will try to be keeping up like the live streams, like, and I've been slacking off on Watch Autumn Keto. And I will still be watching, of course, Two Crazy Ketos and Hungry Heath. And the Dr. Berry live streams as much as possible, but I just may not be able to type because, again, I'm right-handed, and it's gonna be interesting because for a while I won't be able to use my right arm hardly at all. So I need to learn how to be a lefty. I finished up Paul Saladino's Carnivore Code book. Very good book. A lot of it I agree with it, some of it I don't. You know, and you're going to have that, and I'm not saying that the parts that I agree with aren't correct. I'm just saying that it's just something that I can't do. Like, for instance, if I were to completely go the route that he recommends, which is to eliminate coffee, the world would be a dangerous place. I drink coffee for the safety of the world. I've said that many times, and it's true. It's my one addiction that I'm not willing to give up. Coffee is comfort to me. So another thing is that it's a video of his that I saw, may have been a week or two ago, and he was talking about brushing your teeth. So he apparently doesn't use toothpaste because of the fluoride, which I understand fluoride is not good for you, surprisingly enough. However, he's saying that he doesn't have bad breath, which I know is possible. It's very possible that you can have, I mean, obviously not minty breath because you're not using that, but I think, I'm sorry, but that's a little too radical for me. I am a bit of a germaphobe. I try not to be. I've tried to stop that, but the fact is that if your mouth doesn't feel fresh and clean, I am always concerned about bad breath because of infections. Something that nobody really likes to talk about is when you have an infection, whether it's HS related or diabetic related, or even if you have like the stomach flu or whatever, or a cold, you tend to have bad breath. And that's just a symptom of the infection or the illness. That would drive me nuts. So yeah, I'm going to continue to brush my teeth and with my toothpaste. And I know that Redmond makes like a tooth powder or cleansing powder or whatever. I haven't tried it. I'm open to trying it. I have used the fluoride-free toothpaste. However, I don't like the taste. I'm one of those that I actually like to have the minty breath. It's just me. So it's funny, you know, you watch some of these videos and you can see who's being just extremely radical and who's got in my opinion, a nice balance. I don't think that I'm ever, I would love to say that I'm going to get 100% strict carnivore where I'm just having meat, salt, water, you know, and of course fish. However, I do like onions and peppers, even though I know they're not good for me. I do like flavor. You know, this is how I feel. I am very much a foodie, not just from courses that I've taken, you know, in the culinary field, but also the fact is that if your food isn't flavorful, you're not going to want to eat it. Well, being a food addict, you know, you do enjoy food, even whether, you know, it's healthy or, you know, not. Best it's this nutritious. And this way of eating, I have to say that I've been very pleased with the food that I've ate. It's very flavorful. I just don't know that I could deal with not having that flavor. So sometimes I do use onions, peppers, mushrooms. I have been known to use mustard. And in Dr. Saladino's book, even mustard is not necessarily the best thing because it can cause inflammation, because mustard is technically a seed plant, you know, whatever. So it's quite interesting. However, I don't know. I mean, I would recommend the book because it does have a lot of helpful information. But again, it's not necessarily a 100%, you know, follow all for everybody, you know. And some people, they're never going to be carnivore. Some people do enjoy their vegetables. There's nothing wrong with that, with the exception, is it causing your body inflammation? Me, I have learned the hard way that some vegetables and me, we just don't get along. For instance, I love tomatoes. It's one of my favorite fruits, but tomatoes tend to cause me to break out, so I have to stay away from them. They can also cause me to have indigestion and heartburn. Peppers do the same. In retrospect, some of them, well, not all peppers, it's just some of them that I just can't handle. I tend to do okay with jalapenos. Anything any spicier, and I can't handle it. It tends to come back as heartburn, no matter how clean I'm eating. But I'm trying to clean up my diet as much as possible. Mostly meat. I'm probably going to stop drinking the keto chow shakes and start eating like eggs and bacon or eggs and sausage for my breakfast starting back, because I am going to be packing in as much protein as possible over the next few months to aid in the healing process. So, should be interesting. But our puppy is doing great. He is very playful. He's very much an ankle biter. He will chase my son, if he's just wearing socks, or my daughter just wearing socks, he will chase their feet. And he's gotten to where my husband can tell him to put his toys away, and he will get all of his toys out of the floor and put them in his bed. It's the cutest thing. I'd like to try and get it on video, but he won't do it when I got my camera in my hand. So I think that our cat Cleo is developing arthritis, which she's 7 years old, so she is now considered a senior cat. So hopefully I can get her to the vet soon, and we can see what's going on, because she's not moving as much or as quickly, not being as playful. She's more reserved, which is fine because she goes through that anyway, but it's something that concerned. And you know, we love our animals, we love our pets. They add joy to our life, and you know, whether it's pets, books, music, movies, gardening, arts and crafts, adding joy to your life is something that is extremely important. That's whether you're dieting, or I don't like to call it a diet, but you get my point. It's very important to have joy in your life. Find your joy, because this can help you. It can help your mental health. It can help you to be a better friend, a better family member. When you have joy in your life, it's contagious. When you have sadness in your life, and negativity, it's contagious. So which would you rather someone catch from you? Negative or positive? You know, life isn't easy, but the fact is that It's all in how you deal with it. No, I'm not perfect. There are things that, I don't deal well with change. I don't deal well with certain things. I have my bad days just like anyone. But I try to find as much joy as possible in as many things or people as possible, because I feel that it helps me, and I feel that ultimately it helps others, because, if I always say if I can make one person laugh a day, then I feel that I have done what I wanted to do. If I can make one person smile, then I feel like I've accomplished something. And I think that spiritually speaking, I like to think that maybe that's my gift from God, is that I find humor in a lot of things. I mean, even like this surgery and stuff. I mean, am I scared? Well, of course I am, because I know that everything about this surgery has the potential to go wrong. During surgery, things can go wrong. I tend to have blood pressure problems during surgery. I have anemia, so there's that aspect. I've had arterial bleeds before, so there's that risk. However, I feel that I can find the humor in it. I'm going to have a rather large hole under my arm, so that means, and this is a Harry Potter thing, I'm holy. I'm going to be holy. You have to find the humor in things. Even yesterday, seeing my surgeon, I said, it's a shame that I have to relapse just so I can come and see you. We joke, and if you can joke with your medical professionals, then that's great. It means you have a good relationship with them. And it's less stressful, less fearful going into, procedures, tests, surgeries, whatnot. You have to get your mindset ready, I think, going into any type of surgery. You start thinking about things. Could something go wrong? You can't focus on the what ifs, but you have to focus on you have to get in the mindset that, you're going to be dealing with a lot of pain during recovery. Well, I think a lot of times, particularly people that deal with chronic pain on a regular basis, sometimes we tend to get, depressed and discouraged, and we want to give up. However, just like if you're doing a workout, if you're working out, you're really just, working hard, pain is progress. Stop making excuses and start making progress. So I'll see you next time.